Welcome into the Fan Speak Network. I am your host, Justin Bruni. Joining me, as always, is my co-host and partner, Mr. Andrew, the TD King, Rob. How we doing, sir? Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Back to the
Yes,
hump
sir.
club.
Yes, sir. Speaking of humping, I think we kind of fucked the slate a little bit last week. We got some nice return on our investments. Spanked the slate a little bit, which we always love, right? The people love it. We love it. I like getting a good return on my investment. That's for damn sure.
It was a nice week. I was more into like the arbitrage, just throwing around pennies and cents and, $2.50 here, $2 here, $5 here. And it worked out. We flipped 25 to 125 Thursday to Monday. It's not amazing. It's not out of this world. The return, but, out of sight. But, maybe we spend a little bit more week too. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the slate looks juicy as well. Those definitely some matchups I think that can be exploited. Some matchups I think that we can really hone in on. So we'll go over that when we pull up the slate.
Yep, absolutely. We will get into some of the higher scoring games, matchups to target for week 2 Battle Royale. Feeling very good this week. I cashed in a few prizes, hit 2 out of 10. Nothing, crazy. Andrew, I know that you had a pretty big tout.
Yeah, it was nice. Got in a bunch of contests, finished 8th in one, 9th in another. More than doubled my entry fees this week. So it was nice. Yeah, I mean, it was good I think I put in 201, came out with 479, so about 278. On the positive side, so that was nice. And we said it before, right? Baker, baby. Exploit the Washington secondary, which we'll get into that in a little bit here, but I think the Giants have some life this week as well. And Neighbors is somebody I've been targeting a little bit of because I think that he is going to feast a little bit in this, in this matchup. And, he's also a good bring back with Jaden Daniels. So we'll get into that. But yeah, man, we were touting how well Mike Evans was probably going to do. If you were in the, in the streets doing the 12-man drafts as well. Chris Godwin was a live play there for you. Obviously, bring back Jaden Daniels. He, of course, hit with 2 touchdowns himself. So yeah, man, the slate was. I don't want to say the slate was easy week 1, but there was definitely matchups there that I was like, all right, like that's gonna hit. And I think we exploited that a little bit. So we'll look at this week's slate and see if we find any gems in the rough here.
I already am on the Giants early. I did a Singletary stack with Malik Neighbors. I think that same lineup I had Mahomes and Rice. I did a scroll down for 5, 6, and I did Likely and Zay Flowers were my other 2 guys. So Baltimore, nice. Kansas City, and then again attacking the Washington Commanders because, yikes. I mean, it's like spot on. We called Mike Evans and well, you for sure Baker. I was all over Mike Evans to begin with. You and I had kind of talked about the 2 touchdown prop that hit plus 750. That was awesome. But scrolling down for Baker, I mean, obvious connection there. But I was definitely chasing quarterbacks with some higher upside. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's. I'll just pull open some of those ones I did well in just so people can kind of see here. So here was a 9th in the Engage 8. The Engage 8's really cool. I like that one a lot. 8 entry max, so only $40 to max enter this. And as you see here, sitting in 9th place, 250. Here was that team. So of course Baker, pulling up Baker, really hit with Joe Mixon as well. He went off week 1. Kamara had a nice week as well. JJ thought he would pop off a little bit more, only 13.9 points. Honestly, I thought he was going to ellipse, 17, 18.
Yeah, the volume not there for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then, of course, Mike Evans. And then look at this, lonely 1 point from Evan Ingram. What a disappointment
that's so
tight
crazy.
ends were.
That's so crazy.
I mean, yeah, tight ends, just the landscape for tight ends was not what I thought it would be. Let's see what the first place team had in this one. So we had Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Evans, Waddle, Diggs, and he had Kyle Pitts. Man, if you had Kyle Pitts, like that was an outlier to get 10 points, in that slate. So, nice lineup by that guy. I was off by 10 points in the Engage 8. And then let's go back here and look at playbook 2 is where I finished 8th. Only 1 entry in here, man. What a return on investment that was. $5 to bring home a hundo.
But 8th place though, let's go. Come on now.
Yeah, 8th place.
Come on now.
That was pretty cool. So let's pull up in this team here real quick. Just take a look at this one. Anthony Richardson, 27 points. That was a nice play. And if I remember correctly, Anthony Richardson fell all the way to me as my last pick. I was the only person to not have a quarterback and fell all the way back and figured, fuck it. He's a running quarterback. I'll take it. Ken Walker, man, I'll tell you what, I was live in this to win it if Ken Walker did not sit out like the whole fourth quarter. Unfortunately, that kind of hurt. Zach Charbonnet had a good role when Ken Walker went out. And if Ken Walker played, man, like I was looking at all these teams around me. Nobody else really had Ken Walker. So that could have hit. And I know that was somebody that we were touting week 1 was Ken Walker. And,
matchup was there. Huge matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, exploiting the Denver's run defense, and it was pretty much as soft as we thought it would be. So that helped as well. Obviously, I had JJ in here. Diggs was a swap out for me, so that actually worked really well for me there. And then, of course,
really? Okay.
Yeah, it was a swap out. I set my rankings and had Diggs in there, so that worked out for me. And then, of course, Dalton Kincaid, 1.6. Bummer. But this guy, I was 8 points off the lead here. This guy had Josh Allen, Connor Mixon, which was a good combo. Connor had a really nice roll.
Big week.
Yep. Nico Evans and then Jake Ferguson. Only 3 points from Jake Ferguson. So
man, really solid out of Nico without getting the touchdown. 14 points. That's really solid, getting all that yardage.
Yes, very much so. So, again, I know we talked about a lot of those guys that hit for us. So hopefully people watching, honed in on that with us, because that was the play. Ken Walker, Mike Evans, Baker, those guys were huge for us. All right, let's you want to swap over to this week's?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the board here. This week's card on draft.
Right, I'm gonna pull up the rankings here for the main slate so that people can see it. Let me I'm gonna zoom.
You want to do the rankings first, or do you want to do the totals first?
Well, we have the totals here if we just want to go through these.
Okay, that's fine. Can you zoom in a little bit more?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So we'll start with you want to start with the order or the players from the specific teams?
I mean, do you want to go position by position and highlight some?
Let's go through the board itself, like the 1 through 6, like
okay,
pick by pick.
So pick by pick, 1 through 6 was Kupp, Lamb, Hall, Amon-Ra, Jefferson, and Evans. Before we get to the first QB of Lamar Jackson, of these guys, I really like Kupp. I mean, he had 21 targets, I believe. Yeah, 21 targets, 14 receptions. No Puka for at least 4 games. Kupp is going to absolutely get peppered once again. I mean, honestly, if he doesn't hit 15 targets, I'll be surprised. Like that's probably where he's going to land, somewhere in that range, 15 to 20. And at that, at the price of the 101, I'm still okay paying that, right? Like, I mean, do you have any qualms with that?
No, I mean, I think it's kind of unfortunate that he's ranked that high. Obviously, it's based on performance, and the matchup is still really solid. The Arizona secondary isn't anything amazing. So huge opportunity in that game. And I mean, we've been saying all summer that he's back, right? Like he's going to be the Cooper Kupp of old. We saw that in week 1. So easily a lot of trust there. Appreciate that, Mike Rob. It's funny because I'm looking at it much smaller on my screen. Other players at that range, like would you buy Breece Hall at the 1? Like if you've done a few drafts, maybe and you keep getting the 1, would you go Breece Hall up there? Because I don't know if I would go CD versus New Orleans.
I'm still fine taking CD. I mean, he got 11 targets himself, something like that. 10. I know. I mean, the production wasn't there for him. I think that's going to change. I'm still fine with that. Jake Ferguson, if he plays, is going to be very limited. We saw Brandon Cooks, another one of our best ball darlings, have a nice touchdown pass and some some opportunities there within the offense. So I think it's going to really just run through Lamb and Cook, a little bit of the running backs if Ferguson isn't there. So I'm still fine taking Lamb. I've taken Hall, honestly, I did a couple as soon as this opened. Hall and Kupp were both down the board a little bit. They have since been moved up. And shout out to Pat over at Fantasy Dog Pound for 2 things. One, obviously, Battle Royale overlay. If you haven't already done so, at the bottom on our ticker, bestballoverlay.com. Use our promo code FANSPEAK for $10 off a month, making it only $20. He highlighted. I was watching one of his shows. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday, but he highlighted that you should be taking Kupp because he's going up. And Kupp actually during this time was still number 2. And, like I said earlier in this week when the contest released, he was down the board even a little bit more. So he has now moved up into the 101 spot here. And, I feel like that is, that's still completely fine. I mean, when these contests open up, really just go and ignore ADP, take who you want, because a lot of these guys are going to rise up and you'll have good value on that. So, remember that if you can get into these drafts a little early.
Yeah, Kyron also didn't look overly impressive in week 1. Low yards per carry. Cooper Kupp looks like he's going to be the lifeblood of that offense.
Yeah, Kyron sitting at number 10 overall here. He had 18 attempts, 50 yards, and a tutty, 3 receptions for 4 yards. I mean, he had a much tougher matchup week 1. I mean, this week, actually, I think I got to zoom out to see it. Yeah, sorry. So it's at Arizona. Arizona's defense, again, soft. I'm in on Kyron. Kyron was also somebody going down. Kyron's probably one of my most exposed players in Battle Royale this week. Just think that he's going to have the volume again. They're playing a soft defense. We just saw what Josh Allen did. James Cook had 103 yards. So I think that Kyron can feast, within this game as well. So I'm actually fine taking that in the same game.
Okay. Cardinals only allowed 91 rushing yards, at least to running backs last game.
Oh, really? I could have swore James Cook had hold on. I could have swore Cook had 3. Oh, you know what? That might be all-purpose yards. Shit, I can't check that.
I'm just looking at rushing yards against running backs. So last week they allowed 91. But again, like, you have Josh Allen there, so I'm sure that he did some damage.
So Cook had 103 yards total. Sorry, so he had 71 on the ground.
Yeah, right. And then Josh Allen still had like another 39 yards on the ground.
Yep. So I mean, of these guys up here, anybody that you're kind of like shying away from? I mean, for me, it's JJ, just because of the tough matchup. I don't think that we're going to see a ton of that. And these exposures, I haven't uploaded it yet today.
I think they're going to have to throw. I think there's still a lot of value for Justin Jefferson, especially if you can get him at a little bit of a discount. Maybe, someone lets him fall past pick 7 and he comes back around. I would definitely want him. Doesn't last the turn probably, but I just feel like the game script there, I think you're in a good situation where they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. They'll be playing from behind, and there should be some positive ROI on them being bad on defense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. The volume will probably be there for him. I just really worry about the production with the volume. I
like other players around here. Like, I don't love Jamar Chase, but I like Mike Evans still a lot this week. The Lions, they were thrown on quite a bit, so they look like a good matchup to target right now as far as secondary goes.
Yeah, and also I think there is something to be said for Detroit and the Rams players this week. They went into overtime. Only game to go into overtime week 1. I think through data, we can tell that any teams that play in an overtime matchup generally have a little bit more wear and tear on the body, right? Like, they may not be as energized in going into week 2 due to that. So, I don't think that's like anything.
Their coach talks about biting off kneecaps. I think they'll be ready. But fun fact, Andrew, the Lions allowed more passing yards than the Washington Commanders. Take the wins that you have, buddy.
Neat. Yeah.
Take the wins that you have. Goodness sakes. So yeah, they become both, pretty targetable matchups right now, at least as far as like secondaries we might want to, tinker around with, get some matchups going. Obviously, Baker did well for us last week with Mike Evans. Maybe do enough of these drafts. Get a couple of them in there.
I do have some Baker
Evans stacks.
I do have some Baker Evans stacks already. I have some Baker bring back with like Gibbs or Laporta. I think it's a good. I mean, the over under on this game here is 51. I think that's the highest or second highest on the week.
Probably for good reason.
Yeah, definitely.
What did Tampa Bay do against the pass last week? Let's see. Tampa, they allowed 184, but no passing touchdowns. So that's interesting. Obviously, the Lions, a little bit of a different beast. And they allowed rushing touchdowns, I believe, to the quarterback. Yeah, they allowed 2 rushing touchdowns to Daniels. Cardinals also allowed 2 rushing touchdowns. Fun fact. I don't think Stafford's going to do it, but, fun fact.
Yeah. So just going down the board here a little bit. Love Rashee Rice. The whole Jamar Chase thing is interesting to me. Did you check out Burrow kind of flicking the wrist and tending to it after throwing passes in the game at all? Did you see any of that?
Is that the water bottle talk?
Yes.
I'm not worried about the water bottle talk. No, I'm not worried about it.
Okay. It does worry me slightly.
I'm not stacking them at the 5-6 turn. I would much rather do, Lamar, and if you want to target Likely or Zay Flowers, it's you're bringing them up the board. It's likely that one of them would be there for you. Likely, pun intended.
Nice.
At like pick 20, like I think Likely's ADP right now is 27. So you could probably get one of those guys if you went Lamar naked here. But I also just kind of like the security of not having someone snipe me in these small drafts. Both of those guys played well enough last week and have a good enough matchup this week where I feel like I could get sniped on one of them, on Likely or Zay, or even both of them if I targeted Lamar naked at the turn. But so far, all I've done is Mahomes and Rice at the 5-6 turn or whatever 6-7 turn.
Yeah, Mike Rob says Chase and Burrow are going to have a revenge game type motivation for at least
this week. There's typically a lot of good defense played in this matchup. I know that the Bengals play well in Kansas City, but the Chiefs' defense has gotten a lot better. So I'm a little bit more skeptical on the Bengals this week. I think they got to show me. I don't have a lot of trust right now for Yoshi or Burton. Even the running backs were pretty meh, right? I know Moss found the end zone, but didn't really give you a lot of confidence to go targeting them in DFS or pools like this, other than any discount that you either have at their ADP or their auction cost, whatever type of format that you're playing on a week-to-week basis or daily basis. So I would be, again, more skeptical, probably staying away from them and creating some different options, again, kind of like at that cost.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Like, I'm not going to be targeting Cincinnati almost whatsoever. I may have one or two lineups with Chase in it, but honestly, like it's going to kind of be like a fade for me. Same thing with JJ. Like I'm just going to take it on the chin if JJ kills me, but I just don't like the matchup.
I just don't trust the volume. We saw Burrow throw a lot last week. It went nowhere. And you had Jamar Chase on the field. I'm not sure of his exact snap percentage, but he had enough stats where I saw him on my bench and I went, ouch. So kind of sum up my Jamar Chase experience week one. Just not a lot of trust there. And again, the Kansas City Chiefs defense, it's sneaky good. Like they can cause turnovers. They can cause havoc up front. They have issues still on that offensive line. Burrow doesn't, he looked efficient. Like I believe the passer rating was okay just based off of completion percentage, but the ball wasn't going anywhere and it just did not look pretty whatsoever, especially losing to the Patriots. At one time, they were like 7-1, underdogs. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they were definitely the wrong pick in Survivor. I'll tell you that. I mean, a ton of people got boned by picking the Bengals.
It's never that easy. I don't play Survivor football, but it's never ever that easy.
Yeah, they were a fade for me.
I didn't even have the Bengals in any cards. I mean, it's not like I was like in love with them, but it's not like I had them in any, parlays whatsoever, with the arbitrage of week one. They weren't in anything.
Yep.
Not even touchdowns. No, that's not true. I did have a Chase Brown and like a 6-card first touchdown for everybody. First game touchdown. That didn't happen.
Ouch. So moving on here a little bit, like I said, I like Kyron versus the matchup. I think the matchup's spicy for him. Arizona again can be exploited on the ground for sure. Taylor and Jacobs, same game, very interesting. So Taylor's going here about pick 11. Jacobs is going down the board, pick 29. So
you trust Jacobs after week one? I mean, I know it was like.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just a weird game. I mean, I didn't think he looked amazing, but I also thought that the conditions of the field were just like, helpful. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, condition of the field didn't have really. It kind of hurt a lot of people, honestly, in that game. So a lot of slipping and sliding going on. Looked like they were on ice skates out there. The thing I like for Jacobs this week is the volume. Jordan Love out.
20 touches.
They're gonna, they're gonna feed him. I think. The problem is if they get behind in this game quickly, that's going to diminish. So it's somebody I'm going to take some of, but not a ton. Taylor, on the other hand, I like Taylor this week because, I think we just saw what Green Bay allowed to Saquon. Mm-hmm. Taylor's not Saquon, but I think he's going to get the volume to be able to get in the end zone twice potentially if Anthony Richardson decides to not take it himself.
I'm all in on Taylor. And the reason is because I'm completely out on all the Packers. We got Malik Willis starting this game. I don't know what that's going to mean for the offense if you're going to see Josh Jacobs play more than 5 plays in a row because they can't keep going 3 and out, whatever it is. I haven't trusted Malik Willis in quite some time, probably since his combine. I think was the last time that I was like, hey, I could get behind that. I could believe in that. So I don't behold a ton of confidence for the Packers this week. I am fading them. I'm not trying to get Josh Jacobs at that cost. That's for sure, or any Packer really, until I get a clear idea of how that offense is going to operate. Why not pick up the phone for like Ryan Tannehill or something, like somebody else, or like make a
I think
trade?
they did call Tannehill, right? I
And
think
he was
that
like, "What? No, ouch."
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw that they had inquired about that.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Do you trust Malik Willis this week?
I don't know. I do think Jaden Reed's an interesting play, just
Is
because
it?
I think they're going to give him the ball on the ground, even a little bit more. I mean, look at again, people call him Debo light, right? Look at what
Right,
Debo
yeah.
just did with McCaffrey out. If they do any sort of semblance of that and give Reed some running plays, it at least makes him interesting. I'm not again, it's not going to be somebody I go heavy on, but a little bit. I'll take a few shares. You never know.
I mean, I think in this range, the pick is, well, I guess we don't know because we just saw him say that he's fine for week 2. I was going to say Jordan Mason after week 1, but CMC says, hey, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust anything the organization's saying currently. They
Agreed.
completely boned a ton of people in fantasy with that horse shit. He knew it was for Friday. Shanahan's like, nah, he didn't. And then at the press
No, no
conference,
way.
he's like, that's why I hate these questions. I hate talking to the media. And it's like, so that's pretty much an
Yeah,
admission of
exactly.
you knew
I
Friday.
don't like all of you're assholes.
I do feel bad for him. He had such a great night. And
Mhm.
then all people wanted to ask him about was, so you knew then Friday, or like I felt bad for him, honestly. Like it's
When
how
did you
many
know that you were gonna be the starter? Like they build it up
yeah,
like from big. When did you get the call?
yeah.
When did you have to answer the bell?
Honestly, like that's on the PR team. If that's what really happened, they should have told him like, hey, if this question gets asked, just say that you got the call, this
Right.
morning, and you kind of knew. And anyway, also Mike Rob over here doing the Lord's work, pointing out, just pointing out, some shrapnel that was thrown around today.
I mean, hey, it's been a fun, for week
Hey,
1. We're into week 2. We're feeling alive. We're feeling spicy.
every now and again, you got to check some people every now and again.
That's right. That's right. I
Um,
don't know how I feel about the like J.K. Dobbins here. That feels a little risky.
so
I feel like Connor is a better pick.
and this is what I was going to say about the slate so far is I like targeting some of these guys up here, the wide receivers first, and then I'll go grab a couple of these running backs. So I love Henry
Mhm.
this week. I think we now saw that Henry's going to be kind of game scripted in, which the Ravens are still favored in 14 of their remaining games. If
Mhm.
they're leading in those games, Derrick Henry's going to eat, right? I really do believe that still. So I like Henry this week. Love Pacheco. I mean, Cincinnati just allowed Ramondre Stevenson to look really good, which
Mhm.
I'm not going to point him out, but somebody was trying to victory lap on Twitter their exposure to Ramondre Stevenson week 1 already for best ball. And I'm like, you may want to hold on that. Their offensive line is awful. Cincinnati's defensive line might just be really bad. I don't know about Ramondre for rest of the season,
Mhm.
but what he did week 1 allows me to think that Pacheco is going to also have a really good week. So I like Pacheco as well, and I love Gibbs. All 3 of these guys absolutely love. I think Gibbs has the best matchup
I
for
think the
his skill
Gibbs
set.
value is amazing. Like
Yes,
where you were buying him, all summer long, and now he's randomly RB7 because he didn't get touchdowns in week 1, or he did get 1 touchdown.
correct.
Yeah, he still got 1 touchdown, 15 touches, 74 all-purpose yards. Yeah, and the tutty. So, yeah, I think where we were drafting him and where he's falling in line now is amazing. The fact that CMC is right there above him, even better if he somehow does play. I saw him falling in the only draft that I've done so far. I think he went like 8 picks after ADP CMC.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've seen him get picked in like round 5 of these.
Oh, okay.
He'll just fall and fall and fall, and I don't know. It's you got to have some balls to pick him. I mean,
Mhm.
so here's how I'm playing the CMC thing. If he gets to round 5 or 6, I'm interested in taking him at least
Mhm.
right now, because you can player swap, and honestly, like you can player swap to probably some of these people like Mason. If he doesn't go, you can player swap to him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Connor, if he doesn't go, player swap to him.
Mhm.
Kamara, like there's guys down here I don't mind. Rashad White, even Montgomery, like I don't mind taking some of these guys and player swapping them if CMC does not play. So I'm not taking him before like round 5, but once that hits, if he's still there, I'll dabble just in case he plays. You never know. Anybody else up here you want to talk to? I kind of want to go over the tight ends a little bit if you're cool to transition there a little bit.
Yeah, we can, because we can get into a draft soon because we have a couple to do.
So tight end landscape. Week 1, awful. Week 2, I think it's going to be a lot better. I think this is where we're going to see like, oh yeah, that's right. These tight ends are awesome. So Laporta, love this matchup here for him. I think Amonra's going to eat, but I also think Laporta's going to have a much better game. I mean, he had 5 targets? Yeah, 5 targets, 4 receptions for 45. I think we see much better numbers than that this week. So I'm in on Laporta. Kelsey also not very involved. I mean, four targets, 3 receptions for 34 yards. I think they're going to get Kelsey involved, and then we're going to, after this week, be like, oh man, look at Kelsey. He had 2 touchdowns for 80 yards. And like, I think that's honestly a stat line for him. Very much in on Kelsey this week as well. McBride, also really like that. Again, they don't have a ton of people to pass the ball to that are truly elite. I think we're going to see McBride go in there. What do you have? 9 targets? 9 targets. Think that we can see similar numbers on 9 targets again. And he's probably going to hit the paydirt this week. That is something I may be betting on. Kittle, really nice matchup. Here's the conversation I've seen people be having. Likely versus Andrews. What Likely did was absolutely incredible week 1. I don't think that we're going to see Likely pull those numbers again, and I think we're going to see Andrews be more involved. They had him on the field more than Likely, but he got way less targets. 2 for him, and I think Likely had 12. Yeah, 12. I think we're going to see Andrews here. I'm on Andrews over Likely this week, and maybe that's just me wanting to fade Likely because I think people are going to be on him over Andrews.
Just being different. Yeah, I mean, I've like I said, I've done the one draft and I targeted him at his ADP because again, I went I faded Lamar and I went Mahomes and Rice, and then I was like, well, I'll be fine because at that next ADP, that next turn, I can take a couple of Ravens players. Even if Likely goes, I could do Andrews and Flowers, et cetera. So that's what I did because I do like the matchup. I think if you're just doing multiple drafts, you're just you're splitting those shares if you're getting involved with that offense. I think that the 12 targets is something enough to be worthy to take into account for sure. So I think just the kind of the adjustment, because when you look at the rest of the offense, like Bateman did nothing. They needed to rely on Justice Hill. Walker, isn't there yet. He's not ready. So it feels like they need weapons in the pass game specifically. Like it can't just all be Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. It could be a big Derrick Henry week, and neither of these guys really do anything because there's volume going elsewhere. So I think there is some volatility in the offense in its totality. But the 9 for 12, 111 against a good defense, like good linebackers of the Chiefs, I think that's something to be noteworthy. And he almost had 2 touchdowns. I mean, his numbers could have looked massively different.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe Likely is just the play because they're just slowly working Andrews back from the injury last year. Yeah. That could have played into it as well, but he appears to be all clear. So I'm still on Andrews this week.
Mark Andrews has a huge catch radius. Like he is like a monster of a human. And so it's just really interesting to just see him not used specifically in that game where it was high scoring. There was a good pace going back and forth. You just felt like, hey, like, why aren't they drawing something up for this guy? Like just something easy, like the Chiefs do it all the time. Travis Kelce, he'll go a quarter and a half without a catch. And then you'll just see boom, 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 Kelce with 3 big chunk plays. And you're just like, well, this was probably purposeful. Like it didn't just randomly happen sporadically, So it was a little disappointing in that sense. But again, if you're doing multiple drafts and you want a piece of that game, just split the options, split the hairs there.
Yeah. Mike Robbie, he's pointing out, Dobbins had 135 on the Raiders. Ravens are going to run all over them. Receivers will need to hope for TDs to hit. Yeah, I think that's the hope for Mark Andrews, right? Is that he just grabs a TD, has 4 or 5 catches, right? Like I think that's. What I think he's got to.
I think he's got to find the end zone. Likely was absolutely, a much better looking like route runner receiver than Mark Andrews too. Like if you just watch the game playback, Mark Andrews looks a foot and a half slower than Isaiah Likely. Like Isaiah Likely has the jump off the line. He's got acceleration and speed, and he was running his routes very well. I mean, he was running himself open. So, and again, like the dude almost made like a huge week 1 performance where he just won the team the game. You know, like it's, I don't know. We're splitting hairs. It's good conversation to have. It obviously came out of left field. The Ravens, surprise, surprise. I was definitely more in like, hey, I need to get Justice Hill more than I was like, oh, I need to get Isaiah Likely, and that still worked out okay for me. But I still brought back 5% likely shares from the regular season, so I'm interested to see how that offense plays out this week. I think again, as Mike Robb alluded to, the run game is going to be the focus point. It's going to be about who can find the end zone, and Likely almost had 2 last week, so it gives me a little bit more confidence that he can find the end zone at least once this week.
Yep. Nope. Totally agree. Bowers is interesting as well, just because I think they're going to be throwing the ball.
He led the team in targets.
He did. Yeah. What, 8? Yeah. 8.
And he didn't even play the most snaps.
So I have some hope there for Bowers. I'm still okay taking in Ingram. I mean, I know Cleveland's defense is really good, but I think that they're
not when you have the quarterback situation that they do. That completely. No, I'm serious. It puts you in bad situations all game long. I am all over the Jags this week. Give me every one of them. I'm picking up their team defense, and in any redraft leagues where I need a defense, I think they're going to be a big performer or performers this week.
Yeah, they could be. I mean, I still think that like Cleveland's secondary is really good, so they may just lock down some of the receivers this week, which might open up opportunities for Ingram. So I'm still okay with Ingram this week. Colby Parkinson,
great matchup.
Yeah, no Puka, really good matchup, and definitely not being drafted in a lot of these drafts. That's a guy that's going to probably be less than 8% owned in Battle Royale. I will be taking some Colby Parkinson on some bringbacks, probably with like Kyler and Marv, something of that nature. Or even, if I want to take a Stafford as well, which is somebody who's not being drafted either. So if you want to get a little different, that's somebody that I think is a live play. Anybody else down the board here that you think is a live tight end? Jawan, maybe?
Oh, Juwan Johnson. That game, I think, has one of the higher totals. So, yeah, I mean, let me take a look here. The Saints and the Cowboys have a total of 47.
Yep.
We saw Foster Moreau find the end zone. We saw Juwan Johnson find the end zone. I believe Foster Moreau might be hurt now. I don't think that opens up a pathway for Juwan Johnson, but, keeps him on the field more. Oddly enough, Andrew, that Vikings and 49ers game, it's this – other than the Bucks and the Lions, it's the next highest after the Cowboys and Saints. So I think again, there's a little bit more of a road to that production for Jefferson. But looking at the board, yeah, I definitely like Juwan Johnson there. I'm trying to look at other totals to kind of give me an idea.
Yeah, I mean, KC Cincinnati is 47.5. Gesicki's there.
Rams Cardinals is 48. We were talking about Parkinson. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
holy cow! Steelers and Broncos. The total is 36.5.
Oh.
That feels too low.
Oh,
I saw Bo Nix score a touchdown. The Broncos didn't look that awful. They were in that game for the majority of the game. I mean, the Steelers look good.
If I'm taking any Steeler, it's going to be Najee.
Okay.
That's the only Steeler I'm taking.
What about Pickens? He had a good week 1.
I'm not doing that.
If he found the end zone, I mean, he was 6%.
What did Surtain just do to DK?
I don't know. What was DK's line? It wasn't very good.
No. So DK had 4 targets, 3 receptions for 29 yards.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great, Bob.
I think DK is a better matchup against Surtain because of his body style versus Pickens. So I'm not taking Pickens, man. If Pickens goes off, kudos to that man, but I'll just take Najee and rely on them to just run the ball 1 billion times again.
You're the same guy that didn't want Alexander Madison, so I'm in.
This is true, and I still think Madison's going to suck. End of the year, Labe starting over Madison.
I got him stashed on some fantasy.
We'll get here, baby.
Unlike some redraft teams, I've got Dylan Lobb stashed away. So I believe you. You.
So 20 attempts for Najee, speaking of him real quick, 20 attempts for 70 yards, 1 reception for 9. So not a great production day, but this is what I want to see right here. 20 attempts. So if he gets that against the Broncos,
count them, two touchdowns, 2.
I mean, 2, yeah. 2.
So are we going Pacheco and Najee double touchdowns prop? I think that's it right there. I think we just did that.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yes, very
if we
much
wind
so.
up,
And
if we wind
Henry,
up doing a draft together, we got to get them paired up
Henry
for 2. I don't
against
I
the
don't.
Rapers.
I know. I don't trust the Ravens, bro. I don't trust the Ravens.
Is that well? I don't
They
know.
just gave Isaiah Likely 12 targets. What the fuck?
I mean, this is true. Yeah.
And they didn't use Derrick Henry. Like, I knew that Derrick Henry wasn't gonna like break the rails as far as touches per game. I knew that season wasn't coming. Most people didn't. You and I talked about it. Like, they were gonna be conservative with him. This is a team that wants Derrick Henry in the playoffs. That is why he is there, to win a Super Bowl and nothing else. They are going to make sure that he is healthy and that they are not overworking him. A little scary until I at least see. Well, I guess he did score on the opening drive. He did score at least a touchdown.
True.
But then what happened the rest of the game? What the hell? But no, the matchup is there. The matchup is there. Maybe we ladder that. Maybe we pull that out of there.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to look at what Pacheco and Najee 2+ touchdowns. That's 77-1.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that. That's enough.
Nice.
77-1 is what's 250 on that? What's my 250 give me? 68?
$2.50?
Yeah.
192.
Let's ride. Let's go.
Let's ride. Just for the people, because I do think Henry's live for 2 touchdowns as well.
What's he got?
If you throw that in there as well,
it's $1 billion to 1.
$2.50 pays you $816.
Bro, we're doing that.
I mean, $10 on that pays you $3,200.
We're doing that.
Honestly, you know what?
250 is fine. 250 is fine.
I think the way to honestly play this is to round robin it and put like $5 on everything. So $5 on the 2x3s plus $5 on the 3-leg parlay. That's
I could just do the 250s.
That's $20 to win you 2,396.
A lot of money. We'll be talking about that on Friday for sure. That's gonna be
definitely awesome. I'm gonna bookmark this in here for myself, because that is that's a spicy one. I like that a lot.
The 2 tutties we're feeling for this week. I called the Xavier Worthy and the Mike Evans both.
You should have put that in there.
I know I didn't. We were in our meeting and Megan was saying like, tomorrow night for the 2 touchdowns, and I said, who? Xavier Worthy, and then I didn't go bet it like a fucking idiot. She was, I can't remember. Oh, she said Derrick Henry. I think that's who she was looking at.
All right, we ready to get in the draft here, big guy?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up on my phone.
All right, yeah, I'm also going to do that, but then I'll pull it up on the board here so we can watch it. All right.
I did hit the Mike Evans 2 tutty. I did hit that.
Very nice. I should have taken Baker for 4+ touchdowns, because God Almighty, that seems
should have. I am ready when you are.
All right, I'm going to count it down here normally for you. Normally, I know you got all agitated last time. 3, 2, 1, enter.
2 more to start.
I am spinning for whatever reason. Oh, loading draft. 1 more. Okay.
Yeah. You got in the same time.
All right. I'm going to pull it up here for the good people.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my phone stand. Be right back.
Okay. All right, so we got Mike Raub himself in the 4 spot, you in the 3 spot, me in the 6 spot. Quadzilla.
Enter if you dare, Mike Raub. Enter if you dare.
Quadzilla TD. Is he talking about AJ Dillon, or is he talking about Saquads?
Well, what else is AJ Dillon doing right now other than drafting teams? What else is there to do? I'm gonna try to my computer. Actually, that's really small.
Mike Raub being in here.
I love Pacheco and Najee, 2 TDs. Bruni on the solo black badge.
Got him.
My bad. Whoa. It's like it's not even okay enough. Like, you gotta keep coming at me. Unreal. All right. Amon Ra, bounce back, week 2. Let's go. We're gonna be attacking his props as well.
Love that. Yeah, love that a lot. CD, that's a good one.
It's pretty chalky. like grandma's oatmeal. Hey, make your pick, man. Jeez, you're vibrating over here.
Yeah, got him.
Got him.
Damn, I was gonna take Evans, so that fucks that up a little bit.
What did you do?
You know what?
What are you doing?
Again, ADP below me.
Okay.
Doing Kyron and Debo.
Interesting. Debo's a good pick, obviously, based off of week 1. That was some crazy stuff.
I do think we see Ayuk score this week, though. They tried to get it to him twice last week. I think he's getting it this week.
Okay.
Also, I love how Peyton destroys him subtly on Monday Night Football by saying, well, if he was in camp and the practice, he probably would have caught that. I was just like, Peyton's on one.
Dude. Let's go JT. Just because, again, I think the Packers are just going to be so bad.
And again, friendly reminder for anyone who doesn't play a ton of dailies. Once you see people take quarterbacks, if you don't have one, if you're the last person, and let's say it's in round 4, do not take one until your very last pick. You do not need to take one. Nobody else can take one. There's no reason you should be drafting a QB before, or if you're the last person without one until your last pick. Like, just PSA for everybody. Everyone should know that. If you're, it's amazing to me when I'm in these drafts and I see people taking QBs and they're the last one to take one and it's not round 6. They're taking it like round 4 or 5. I'm like, why? You don't need to do it. Absolutely not. So help yourself out, people. Listen to the rule.
Do it.
So you took Pacheco.
Yeah, I mean, we were having the conversation. We were talking it up, so I figured,
you son of a bitch, Mike.
Win in Rome.
I wanted to take Gibbs. That son of a bitch. Okay. All right. We're going to back up and punt here a little bit.
Okay.
So I am currently working with Kyron and Debo. How do I want to play this here? Lots of QBs to go. Worthy, Jacobs, Kittle, Mason.
Tough decision based off of what you got. I think you just got to go solo here, no stack.
Give me Kelsey.
Or you can go Kelsey Mahomes too.
Kelsey 2 touchdowns with Pacheco. The Chiefs might score. Buddy. The Chiefs. Oh yeah, thank you. The Chiefs might score 6 touchdowns.
So I said you're probably going to take Mahomes. I just took Kelsey, so I was probably take Mahomes or Worthy.
Taking neighbors.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, what did you get last week? 8 targets.
A lot. I don't know.
Shit, I can't even fucking touch him now.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Does sound weird. Oh, also, a cool thing about Best Ball Overlay that they just released, I think I have to update it, though, is you can see when you draft players if you have this combination at all together. So, like, if I would have showed before Kyron and Samuel, it would have showed me if I've had that combination and what percentage of combinations I have with those two in the same lineup. So that's what this team analysis thing is for, by the way. If you want to go check it out a little bit more, head over to Fantasy Dog Pound's YouTube page. On his last video, he does talk about this and shows, how it looks when you do draft 2 of the same players. So if you want to go actually see that, go check out his last video.
Mike Raub with the Anthony Richardson snap. I see you, Mike Raub.
Saw that guy took Mahomes. So, Bruni, are you the only other one that doesn't have? Yes, Bruni, you and I are the only ones without QBs, by the way. Just PSA to us.
We're fine.
Yeah. So you can count on me to not take one till round 6.
Only 2 picks left, so.
Yeah, so obviously I'm taking it with my second pick, obviously. But so for me here, it's interesting because I can pair this with Purdy, Danny Dimes, or just take Kyler Nakey. I mean, naked running quarterback's never a bad thing to take, by the way. Or do we queue up Justin Fields? I mean, he had what, 13 rushes? Matchup.
Yeah.
He had, it doesn't show how many, but I think he ran the ball 13 times against Denver.
We talked about the matchup last week. They're lightweight up the middle. I mean, against that defense, anything can happen. But the total of that game was only 36 points, like I mentioned. So Vegas is not in on Justin Fields.
I've taken some Jordan Mason already, by the way, just in case McCaffrey doesn't play.
Yeah, like you said, you can do this the swap.
My God, he's still sitting there too.
Who's that?
McCaffrey.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if he plays, does he play a lot?
I'm ready.
I mean, what's the point?
Again, they're playing chess over there, so I mean, you got to really tread lightly, regardless.
All right, I'm stuck to my guns here and take Najee. And
I'm stuck between Goff and Baker. I can't decide who. Unless you want to make my decision for me. Oh, you don't have either of the receivers. Never mind. I thought for some reason I forgot you. I thought you had Mike Evans, but it was Debo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah. He might luck into 3 tuttas through the air because I mean, again, I think Minnesota's defense is not great. What they did against the Giants was, I think, just because the Giants are absolutely abysmal.
I'm gonna go with Baker. I'm gonna go with Baker over Goff. The Lions' defense was just a lot worse than Tampa in Week 1.
Yeah.
So I've got Baker and Godwin stacked, and then Taylor and Pacheco, Amon-Ra, Godwin, and Likely.
I have Purdy, Kyren Williams, Najee, Debo, Malik Neighbors, and Travis. 2 touchdown, Kelsey.
Nice. Let's ride. Yeah, you hope. Yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. It is more points than my last team for projection. So woohoo.
All right, you ready for another?
Ready when you are.
All right, counting it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit!
Starting draft.
Yep. Are you in it?
It says start draft.
Oh wow, that was real lucky.
Yep, we're in.
Shoo! All right, I'm pull back up here.
Shoo!
Sorry, Mike Rob. If you try to get it, don't worry. We're gonna do at least another one. But maybe use our advice and just go draft against other newbies and take advantage of them.
Clean up. I'm going number 1 here, so we're definitely going Cooper. Here.
Oh, Cooper! Look at me sticking the 6 again. What is this, best ball? Back of the draft again? Just come on, man.
Best know me. What's that? What person? Best known
method.
Best known.
God,
method.
Best know me.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. A fucking dyslexic over here.
All right. Well, maybe Evans will make it back to me this time since we don't got Mike Rob taking him from me. Oh no! It wasn't Mike Rob who took him. It was the guy in between us.
He took Anthony Richardson from me. Bastard. Oh, I'm up. I should probably make my pick.
It's not a terrible idea.
Cooper kid. I mean, I'd really hope that he gets another 20 targets if we're going to pick him first.
Also, I just want to mention for people who may be watching on Twitter, because it looks like we do have some Twitter watchers currently, hop on over to YouTube. Join us on YouTube. Hop in the chat. Like, subscribe to the stream. We really appreciate you guys, but it would really help us if you do get over to YouTube and do so. So please come on over, subscribe, hit the notification so you can get in here and draft with us. If you haven't drafted on Underdog yet and would like to get in here, pop in so you can ask us questions, as well as use our promo code FANSPEAK to claim your deposit bonus. Go to underdogfantasy.com, sign up there. Again, use our promo code FANSPEAK. It's at the bottom for the ticker for people want to see that. So I'm up here. Mike Evans does fall back to me. We'll definitely be taking some Evans here. Man, you know what? I'm taking Kyren again. Just think he's gonna have a good day. Something in the belly tells me. 2 touchdowns for him.
Deep down inside in the belly.
2 touchdowns for him. 2 touchdowns for Pacheco. 2 touchdowns for Henry. 2 touchdowns for Najee. Lock it up.
It sounds like your belly is full. AJ Morris, and then Brewers, and then I'm up double time.
We are also on the road to 1K subs, currently at 357. So got a little bit of a way to get there. But the Twitter people who are going to come on over are going to help. And for the people who don't know, we will be giving away $1,000 once we hit 1K subs. Help us get there so we can give that money to you people to use over on Underdog, to use on FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever you want to do. Make sure you come on over, help us get to 1K so we can help you win up to $1,000. Appreciate you all. Obviously, if you don't know already and you're in the fantasy streets and want to have some great knowledge about fantasy, about best ball, about dailies, about DFS, you name it, head over to fanspeak.com. Check out all the articles by Steve, by Megan, by whoever else is writing on there. Obviously not me. I have ADD. I can't write very well. But love all you people here on the stream. So head on over to fanspeak.com. Check that out. Let us know if there's any articles that helped you. We'd love to know that as well. Again, appreciate every single one of you. Gonna put the best ball overlay back up because honestly, it helps the people. I told Pat, definitely helped me week one. Make sure I was, at the exposure that I wanted to be on some people. That in turn did help with some of my finishes. So I will, obviously, tell everybody I know about Battle Royale overlay because it is a very nice tool. So I'm up again here with Kyron, with Mike Evans, already on the team. What do we want to do? Like Taylor, I think I'm gonna, Worthy. He only got 3 targets. I worry that he's not gonna get there right with it.
No, that's really tough to expect that type of production again with how often Rashee Rice was targeted in that offense. He's just as likely to get 2 touchdowns this week as Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, the Worthy thing just worries me a little bit. I mean, he only had 3 targets. He had a rush attempt, which he took to the house. Without that, though, are we talking about Worthy the same? I doubt it, right?
No, even if he finds the end zone just once. TikTok.
Taking J.K. Dobbins against Carolina. Carolina.
Oh, Carolina, Swiss cheese and bacon.
Carolina, worst team in the league, Bruni?
So far, they might be. I think they put up more passing yards than the Bears.
Right there. So love Najee. Scroll down this week. Yes. Mike Rob, missed your room now in with all knowing short long Dave or Davis. Fanspeak is the best in the business. Tim D, always appreciate you being in here, buddy.
Yes,
so that's great advice. It was week 1. Hopefully we're going to help you guys week 2 here as well. Tim D, are you on Underdog? If you are, what's your username? I can't remember if we've run up to him or not yet.
Doing the Murray and Marvin Harrison bring back for Cooper Kupp.
Okay. Like it.
Obviously, Marvin Harrison didn't do well in week 1. 3 targets. Just hoping that they get him involved this week. And hopefully less people are in on him. So I've got Kyler, Gibbs, Henry, Kupp, and Harrison.
There is a stack that I want to get coming up here. I'm hoping that the person that I need for the stack does not go. We shall see.
Is it
oh yeah, I guess nobody is in here with us probably. So I would like to take Laporta and Goff.
I was about to say Laporta is sitting around forever. It's about to be 10, 11 picks after ADP.
Oh,
boo. Boo.
Right out from under Jaboy. That's
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. You're gonna have to get over that. Yeah, definitely. Saying a lot of the advice is transferable to FanDuel.
I can't. It won't let me take it. Oh shit!
I did
it's
one.
Stuck.
Unreal, Andrew. Get your internet fixed.
All right, so we're gonna do.
You took likely.
Yeah, I'll take likely, which again I'm fine with. I wasn't sold on anybody really. I might have taken Andrews potentially there, but I do have some Andrews. I am gonna take Bakey here though. Stack with Evans.
Bakey.
Damn, I really wanted Laporta. That got me all frazzled there.
Statman,
if you're in here, show yourself. Show yourself right now.
I mean, it's a pretty easy pick. I wanted him.
Tim D says, I'm trying to not look at Underdog during the season. I'm hoping I log in at the end of the season and I'm in the finals. Wishful thinking, but you never know. You are an absolute animal if you are not keeping
Dude,
up with this on the weekly.
dude,
My
dude.
man, I don't know how you do that.
I
Kudos to you.
lose so much sleep.
He says, I usually do DFS on FanDuel, so a lot of advice is transferable. Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, like, I've played DFS a lot, and I've definitely had more return on my investment on Underdog. It just, you can control it a little bit more in these drafts rooms where it's not as computerized, right? DFS is turning into all these models and all these sims, right? Like, I like the version of Underdog, where we're not getting any of that. So, Tim D, I think you could probably do pretty well over here, buddy. Join us in some of these drafts. I would love to see you in here and see how you put a team together.
Are we doing one more?
Does a frog bump his ass when he hops?
I guess so. Does he?
Yes, he does.
You know a lot about frogs.
I do. I like frogs. Frogs are cool.
All right. Frogs are dope, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Give me one.
Bruni, what is my favorite animal?
A frog?
Nah, come on.
A cat?
Oh, it is a cat.
A lion?
Do you know what kind? No, I like tigers. I like Bengal tigers a lot.
Okay.
I don't know why. And here's I hate cats. Like house cats, absolutely not. I'm sorry, Bruni. I know you're a cat guy. I'm only a dog guy, so I don't like cats.
Just have cats.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have cats. Like we had cats one time. After 7 years of having the cat, I released him in the wild because I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I have a dog tattooed on my arm. Like,
oh, that's true. Yeah. But you're a wolf guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
wolf dogs. I told my wife about that. She was like, just amazed. Yeah. I told my wife, I'm like, Bruni used to like his family had like wolf dogs. She's like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
You guys have like a ton of sanctuaries in PA.
Yeah, we actually live right by one. There's one in Lidditz, PA, which is right by Jake's Wiles, by the way. But yeah, there's one there, and we've never been to it. I'd love to go.
Oh, dude, they're so much fun. Yeah, you should go. It's a ton of fun.
All right, Battle Royale. Bruni, your finger on the trigger.
Yep, got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, enter.
3 more.
2 more. Mike Raub. It's your calling, big guy. 2 more to
2
start.
more.
Tim D. It's your calling. Meg.
1 more.
Anybody else? Oh, draft starts. Let's see.
Okay. Come
on, not the 6. 4. All right. So Bruni 3, me 4. Oh, no Mike Raub. Maybe he's still over there poning the noobs. I like it.
Good.
Tim D, are you in here now? Don't you lie to me. He's laughing. Maybe he's the first guy. The first guy's yeah. Oh, you know what? I should get the thing up on the board. That's my fault, people. Look, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably Tim D.
Yeah. He's laughing again. He said Meg said, damn it, said 4 more. Thought I had timed in right.
You really, the trick with timing it is when Andrew says like right before 1, you got to hit it. Right before 1.
Don't worry, I'll be sneaking in the ready, Bruni. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. I know you love those.
Yeah, because then we don't get in together. That's the whole point.
Then we built super teams. I had some hope for our team there. We actually built a pretty good team when I went back and looked at it, on stream here. It never hit pay dirt, unfortunately, but it was close.
Unreal. Our best ball teams are looking good on my end. We have 2 both cashing.
Oh, you know what? Remind me after we're done doing whatever drafts we're doing, I'll pull up the ones that I have on mine and we'll check those out.
Nice.
All right, Bruni Dog.
CD here. Brees Hall going at 2.
Lammy. Amon St. Brown, come on down. You're the next contestant.
Might try Jawan Johnson this one. Get a little scroll down action.
Bruni, stop hitting it.
You stop hitting it. You stop hitting it.
I thought I'm the guy who's supposed to control the comments.
Don't
you do everything
tell me what to do.
He said, missed again. Timing the stream delay is not on my skill list today. Yeah, exactly. You kind of got there's probably like a roughly 5 to 7 second delay on us. So just keep that into thoughts. Tim D, did you guys fade Kelsey this season? Seems to be a bust for where he drafted. Yes, I think I have like 4% Kelsey, so definitely fade for me. I'll be drafting him in dailies for sure, but season long, too expensive for us. So definitely Bruni Dog. I think you were roughly around that same percentage on him, probably.
I think I was at 5 or 6. Yeah.
Okay. Damn, Dobbins went that high. Shoo wee. All right.
Yeah,
all
right. Pretty up there. Pretty up there, boss.
Okay. Kyron again, come on down. 3 times in a row. What's the worst that can happen?
Right. I've taken all these running backs, Taylor, Henry, and Pacheco. Interesting. Not sure what I want to do here. I have a receiver.
You can take them again. Like, if you really like Pacheco, like, why not?
Yeah, I know. I'd like to. I'm not doing as many drafts as you, so I'm trying to do some different stuff.
Meg said that'd be awesome if we get some of our team drafts to the playoffs. That would be that'd be pretty cool. Electric, as they say. Maybe we'll meet up. Hey, you know what? If we get a team in the finals that we drafted together, we're definitely meeting up and watching those games together.
If we both make the finals, we're probably doing that regardless. So live.
I think we both have the exact same amount of teams advancing, right?
I have 20. I have 25 moving on.
Oh, that's right. You have 5. Yeah, I have 20 in the old BBM.
And then what is it? 16 because I have 41 1 through 3. So another 16 in third.
Tim D asking, is tight end against the Cardinals still a thing, or tight end against Lions? I'm out of touch. I mean, kind of hard to say after week 1.
Parkinson I took in the last draft. So yeah, they those guys don't track amazingly against tight ends, but the Panthers allowed 2 touchdowns to the tight end last week, Moreau and Johnson. So that would be a good place to start.
Yes, accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I went just after targets here. Lamb, Chase, Wilson. I mean, just, going 3 deep, 0 RB. And I have an idea what I'm doing for my QB and running back. I think I will take a tight end last because I have some options there. Bro, did you see that Mike Gesicki play that got called back? That was some donkey.
I did.
That is terrible. That shit ain't right.
Yeah, I did. And actually, I went in because I had a Gesicki team that I drafted him on. I'm like, oh, I wonder how that team's doing. The team was doing really well. And I'm like, fuck. Like, that would have been some nice points.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Kill me. Man.
Don't take Trey McBride.
You know what? I'm gonna take Marv here. Have a little bring back to Kyron there a little bit.
Trey McBride 9 targets last week. I mean, you just want it to be better. The expectation was kind of there. They just didn't deliver on it. Like Laporta, what did he have last week? Laporta only had. Why isn't it let me pull up Laporta? Like 6 or 7 targets. 5 targets for Laporta last week.
Yeah, that's why I said I think we're going to see a little bit of uptick there for him.
Crazy. Oh man, I wanted Jaden Daniels. Fuck.
Damn, look at these. Look at those tight ends that just went right there. Okay.
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah, McBride, Laporta, Kelsey. Yeah. I am probably going to do Kyler again.
Yeah, you would.
Sorry. I wanted Jaden. I wanted to do Jaden and B-Rob.
And again, I'm the only one without a quarterback. So again, PSA for everybody. Don't need to take one right now. I am, though, going to take Mr. George Kittle.
He barely hit his receiving prop this week. 40 yards right on the nose. Wow. And I think the actual line was 45. I took an alt number. That was crazy. Just barely got it.
Tell you what, the people who got in on Jordan Mason before they changed it on his rushing props absolutely cashed big time. I wish I would have thought about that.
I had him for the first touchdown, and I was like, oh, yeah. Well, he was 30-1 still is when I got it. And then it went up, I think, to like 6 or 7-1. I was like, oh, I really hope this hits.
We'll see, because again, right now with the CMC saying he's going to play and all this jazz, or potentially can play, let's watch what happens with Mason's lines. If they go soft on that again, I'm going to hammer that.
What did Tampa do against the run last week?
I mean, B-Rob had an okay day. Jaden Daniels obviously got 2 touchdowns, ran for a ton. I mean, ran 16 times.
I'm gonna go after Monty again here. I
Yeah,
think
like
is my lone running back.
I don't love Monty. I like him this week. I don't love him. I just think Gibbs is the better matchup play versus Tampa. But I tell you what, and the reason I like Amon-Ra and Laporta this week is Tampa Bay's secondary got demolished. There's like 2 or 3 guys that are injured that may not play this week. If they're playing 2 or 3 backups, that's going to be open season for old Golfy here, which I am taking Golf right now.
And I'm taking Monty
over James Conner.
I think I did Connor in the last one. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm not doing as many as you are, so I just try to divide and conquer here.
Okay. I see.
But I feel good about that team. I mean, I got the Murray McBride stack. I know Murray's my second time drafting him, but still like the match.
I'll pull it up on the right hand side.
And then Monty with Lamb, Chase, and Wilson. I mean, I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So I got Goff, Kyron. Jesus. I'll read it from my phone. Goff, Kyron, Derrick Henry, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Marvin Harrison, and George Little Kittle.
Since I've done my drafts, the projections have just consistently gone up. 72, 77, 81, 84. The process. Trust the process. Guys. Trust the process.
Do you want to do any more, or do you want to look at the best ball teams we have together?
We can look at the best ball teams we have together.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just where am I going here? Completed? No.
Yeah, Tim, he had 9 targets last week. You just want to see more. You just want to see some more turnaround on that type of opportunity. That's all.
So let's roll down here so I can see. I named them technical difficult. Here's BA Stream Team. So this one,
bad, Andrew, bad.
This one, not great, Bob. What do we got? Tua, Aaron Rodgers, Geno, Bijan, Rashad White, Najee, Jalen Wright. Oh,
hey, Jalen Wright. Let's go.
I said that one could be interesting. And Justice Hill.
Okay, those are good running backs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
we did good with that.
Plays.
Dude, no. I mean, regardless, I mean, he'll have a role at some point. So those are good. These receivers are good too.
Yeah, Nico, Metcalf, Flowers, Pickens, Sutton, Myers.
We have elite tight end. Ooh, and Njoku hurt. Conklin, Ertz. Oh, the tight ends are gonna kill us, Andrew.
Potentially. You never know.
Andrew.
So there's that one, and then we have BR technical difficulties, which I forgot to dude. I like at some point just stopped renaming my teams, and I need to go in and redo those because can't have that. Hold on, I do have our technical difficulties somewhere here.
I'll pull mine up too once you're done.
Okay. Right there. BR technical difficulties. Where are we at here? Brundog. 12.
12?
11 and 12 for our double streak. So this one is Herbert. Look, Baker had a great day. Baker's had 30 points and we only had 80 total. That's not a good look.
Not a good start. Drake May. Ouch.
Yeah. Okay. Montgomery, Zamir White, Trey Benson, Chase Brown, Ty Chandler. When you have these scores entered for you, that's not great.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra, Brandon Ayuk, Kirk, Keenan Allen, a 4.9. Oh, Lord Jesus. Hopkins, Demario Douglas, Jalen McMillan, and Darius Slayton
is going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, but see, like this will all change because you're telling me Darius Slayton is going to score more points than Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ayuk, no.
I know.
And then Laporta, Ferguson. So we're still fine there. So those two, Brundog, not good, buddy.
Well, I've got some good news for you. Just hang on a second. All right, we've got a third place team, and we have a second place team. So let's there we go. So my account, obviously, a little bit more familiar with the top tier results over here.
Oh, okay.
You made the finals.
Sure. Look at all these teams. Stop it.
All right. So present, share screen. Here we go. All right. So let's see. We'll zoom in a little. Hanging with Rob. Look at this. Right up top.
Ah, there we go. Also, Meg said, I wonder her current high scoring team is labeled "Hate It." So
love that. All right, Patrick Mahomes backed up with Derek Carr. Love that.
There we go.
Great and late quarterback by the book, by the Bible. Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard. Yeah, nice. Jerome Ford, his stats didn't even count. That's how good we did. Hey, who's that? Who's that guy?
Oh, look at
Who's that guy? Who's
Oh,
that guy? Hey, and you know what? Braylon Allen looked good when he got to play, dude. Like he
I
looked
know, man.
not he didn't
Unfortunately, Allen's dead unless Hall gets hurt. That's the but if he does, that's a big hit.
dude. Puka Nakua is on his team, and we're in second place. Puka, Harrison, Keenan, Reed, Hopkins, Khalil Shakir, Dotson, Tolbert,
Okay, wide receivers kind of light a little bit, especially with Puka being out 4 weeks now at least.
and then Kelsey and Muth. Pretty solid
Okay.
still. Pretty solid. I'd say
Nice.
it's alive. And then the other one's in third, so we got to scroll down. Hanging with Rob, third. Let's see who else is in this one. We'll go back and see who's in the other one too, if anybody we know. I don't know any of these people. All right, so we got Allen and Dak. Nice. Cook and Pollard again. Ford counted this time. Nice. Marshawn Lloyd, he's back. We're good. Kamani Vidal, not great. Dame Pierce. I mean, we got 3 handcuffs and 3 starters. What are you gonna do? Plus, Ford's an early year guy. Lloyd, Vidal, and Pierce are all late year guys.
Oh, stop it. Ford's going to be valuable all year long. You know it.
Yeah, I agree with you. But if Nick Chubb comes back even for the last 5 games in the playoffs for best ball,
playoffs,
it's dude that can hurt us. You know what I mean? Like if he's back and he's playing quarter, even half of the share, that can hurt us in the playoffs. Amon-Ra, Debo, DJ Moore, Godwin, Cooks. Oh, he cooked at receiver. McMillan, he had a good week. Mims didn't do anything. And then Tolbert, obviously nothing. And then Ferguson and Musgrave, that hurts. That hurts.
I do. Now that I see Musgrave's name, it reminds me to bring this up. What the hell did the Packers do with Musgrave and Kraft? Kraft played more than Musgrave. What? I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, tight ends in general just dinky do. So I mean, Ferguson can still get back for the playoffs. Ferguson might manage.
Ferguson might play this week.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. They said that it's in doubt, but it's still he's not been rolled out yet.
Not so bad.
Yeah, I saw obviously friend of the program Sebastian Fearon, aka the DGen Doc, put out there that it's actually a good sign that he has no pain from this. He listed a couple other things about Ferguson that said that kind of leads him to believe maybe he's only out another 1-2 weeks at most, maybe.
Okay,
which would be awesome. I guess they got good news on him today, so that helps because he's way up there for me and exposure wise. But yeah, I mean, the point I was going to make on Musgrave and Kraft is that now that Malik's in there for a couple weeks, maybe we see Musgrave and Kraft get used a lot. I mean, tight ends are usually a new quarterback's best friend. So
you would hope to believe the theory. Well, you hope to believe the theory. I just looked at a random third place team. In second place is the TD King, and the 1 spot is Jake Paquin. In the 12th spot is Sir Jake Wiles.
Oh, bomb.
I hate to see it.
Jake's on
the Ramrod in 9th.
Oh my god! So this was an early one because Ramrod had to draft with us in 8 moons.
Yep. You and Paquin both have 133, and I have 129. So you guys are technically tied for first and second, pretty much, and I'm right there. All 3 of us are sniffing each other's butts. Good stuff.
That's a way to put it. I was trying to find if I could see here so I could pull it up for everybody to see.
It is one that you're hitting in, so
yeah. So I'm just gonna go down through the ones I'm hitting in right now, and I'll find it. You said I'm in second.
It's a second, yeah.
Oh, there's one with Sebastian. Sebastian's in second, and I'm in first. That one. What do we got here? There's one with Wiles in first. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Here's one where I'm in second, you're in third. Here we go. I found it. Pulling it up. So let's check out Jake's team real quick. Caleb Williams, dude, he's leading with 12.6 points from Deshaun Watson. What does the rest of this team look like? Cook, Aaron Jones scored. Okay. Tyreek, Waddle, Smith, and Jamison Williams scored. There you go.
That's huge, JMO, yeah.
Oh, right there. Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Nice by him. So what does my team look like? Kyler and Goff, Gibbs, B, Rob, and Ford scored for me. Okay, I like that. Marv, DK, Jaden Reed, Worthy, Rice. Worthy and Rice on the same team. Interesting. And then Laporte. All right, let's check your team out.
I like my team a lot.
Love, Stafford, and Mayfield. Sucks that Love's obviously out a little bit now, but so Ramondre and Alexander Madison. Look at you, Madison guy. Okay, so they scored for you. Your running backs are interesting.
I mean, Madison already scored. McLaughlin also had a ton of targets. I mean,
Yeah.
McLaughlin, very similar to McBride. Like, I got a lot of both of those guys. The volume, the targets, the snaps, they're all there, checking every freaking box other than yardage, touchdowns.
McLaughlin had more rush attempts and more targets than Javonte Williams.
Let him eat.
But Audric Estime now out. He was hurt. He's now out for at least 4 weeks. So I think Javonte and McLaughlin are both going to have really nice snap share there.
Lord, I pray.
So you got JJ, Diggs, and Godwin scoring for you. Oh, and Khalil.
I got Devontae. They didn't score anything.
Yeah, interesting. Wicks, Robinson, and then look at that 2.4 points, Mark Andrews. God, I hate how weak the tight ends were week 1.
I know.
Oh, brutal.
I mean, it makes me believe like once elite tight ends are back, like my exposure to or my advance rates could be either through the roof or in the base. Like it could go either way. You know what I mean? Because I'm really cut up at receiver, like, or I'm sorry, at tight end. Like I have, let's see, Chig was my number 1. He scored a touchdown. Wait, this is big board. Hang on, we got to go back. This is
sorry. I was looking at another one here that you and I are second and third, really close to each other. I was just checking out your team there.
Sorry, Ingram was 1. Otten, McBride, Sanders didn't do anything. Ferguson, you're saying, is going to play now. And then,
no. I potentially,
whatever. He's not as hurt as bad as I thought. I thought he was going to go to the freaking IR. So, and I was obviously pretty butthurt about that. I've got 13%, but literally like 18%, 14, 14, 13, 13, 12. Like I can really fight off a lot here. I'm not, no one's over 20%. And I think I only have 38 total drafted. So it's pretty cut up between the reliable tight ends.
Yep.
Still 5% likely. I have just as much Dalton Kincaid as I do Isaiah Likely. So, 10% of those two guys, I don't mind. 6% Kelsey, you were asking about earlier. 6% Gesicki. I would have loved for him to grab that touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Still 7% Juwan Johnson. I mean, there were some decent plays here. Like I had 12% Chig. He was a guy I had way more percentage of last year. But 2 for 215 and a tutty. 8.5. I mean, it's obviously nothing.
8.5.
You'll take 8.5 right this week from the tight end.
Yeah, definitely. I pulled this one up here. Wiles leading the way, 154. That nice. I'm in second, 117. And then so this is our early draft too, because there's Dickum Dilly. That's a Ginder's roommate. Ginder's here. Brundog.
Dang. Pull it up.
Dang.
Pull up the
74
team.
points, brother.
Pull up the team.
So Mahomes, Geno, Bryce Young.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor, Najee, Gus Edwards, Jalil, and Chuba.
Okay.
Oh, dude, speaking of Chuba, what a disappointment.
Are you kidding me? That was, I about vomited.
I started him against you. In my league.
Yeah. Bad. And you lost.
Bad.
And you lost.
Yeah. My team pooed the bed with Marvin Harrison and Chuba Hubbard both getting like 1.4 points.
You did have Josh Allen absolutely smashed, though.
Yeah, but that didn't help me.
Obviously not. No.
And then Puka, Ridley, Coleman, Lockett,
not Palmer, looking good at receiver.
Wicks, Gabe Davis, Kelsey, Gesicki, Sanders.
I can live with that. I don't know about an epic comeback, but I think I can get in the mix.
Again, week one. Lot of game left, right? A lot of game left. All right, dog.
Very good stuff. Appreciate everybody following along tonight. Be sure to smash the like button, share the video, and follow the FanSpeak Network on your way out the door. Take care. Be well. Be good. If you can't be good, just be good at it. We'll see you guys later.